There's no reason to become alarmed, and we hope you'll enjoy the rest of your flight. By the way, is there anyone on board who knows how to fly a plane?
The views and opinions expressed on the Avoiding Real Estate Turbulence podcast are strictly those of the hosts and their guests, and do not reflect the opinions of Century 21 Town & Country, Ross Mortgage, or any of their affiliates.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Avoiding Real Estate Turbulence podcast Thanksgiving special. I'm John Lafferty with Century 21 Town & Country.
And I am Tony Abate with Ross Mortgage.
And today we have our special guest, Christine Suchoski with Custom Insurance Agency, or as she likes to call herself, a CIA agent.
Glad to have you, Christine.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So I thought we'd just share a little bit about Thanksgiving, maybe a story or two from Thanksgiving of years past with everybody, and have a little fun with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go first?
Who's first? John, you should go. You're the host.
I should go first.
Yeah.
Well, you're the co-host.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, I wrote some stuff down just because I wanted to remind myself of some things.
Show off.
It's hard getting
Otherwise,
old.
I forget.
Someone is getting old.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. This is supposed to be fun.
Did you invite her back, John? Is it?
You're banned.
I think
Okay.
you're the baby of the group, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look it, though.
All right. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yes.
Yep.
So, around 2000, 2001, my mom, my Aunt Patience, Uncle Frank, Aunt Marisa, Uncle Vince. Did I say my grandma, too?
You have not. You've
Okay,
left out
my grandma.
so
They
far.
all moved to Arizona to retire to move to Arizona. And at the time, I was living in California. And so I would travel for Thanksgiving and Christmas to Arizona to spend it with everybody. And it was kind of cool. It kind of reminded you a little bit of holidays when I was a little kid where we'd have Christmas and all the families would get together from my mom's side and all the cousins, and we'd have Christmas at a different house every year. So it was kind of cool being back with that. And so it was a lot of fun. So one of the things my grandmother got in the habit of doing after she moved to Arizona was making zucchini bread for all of her grandchildren. And she would send the loaves in the mail to each of them. And for me, because I was there, I would get a loaf. And I told her, kind of right away, I really don't like zucchini bread. I like banana walnut bread, but I really don't like zucchini bread. So, just skip me. Don't make it for me. And so she decided that she was going to make cinnamon walnut bread for me instead. So she did. For the next few years, when I came in, she would make that for me, and I would eat what I could while I was there and take the rest home. Well, about 2004, 2005, somewhere in there, my brother and his family relocated from California to Arizona, and they were living with my mom while their house was being constructed. So just to give a little history of my brother, he was a bit of an antagonist to me as I was growing up, my brother Bobby. And so, he liked to do things just to screw with your mind or to screw with you. A perfect example of that is, I loved Frankenberry and Lucky Charms cereal.
Sure.
And the best part of those cereals is the marshmallows, right?
Absolutely.
The marshmallows and the Lucky Charms and the little pink strawberry flavored marshmallows and the Frankenberry. So what he used to do is he used to pour the box out in a strainer, strain out all the marshmallows and put the cereal back in the boxes. So when he would get up the next day to have a bowl of cereal, all that was in there was the cereal.
Oh, man. Just the ballast, huh? Oh, my gosh. Sounds like a brother move.
Yeah, it was no fun. Lots of stuff like that. So anyways, fast forward, and we're both older. He's about 10 years older than me, so we're older, and he's staying at my mom's house. I come in for Thanksgiving, and my grandmother decided, I'm going to make him some cinnamon nut bread for Thanksgiving while he's here, because he's here. So she made a loaf of that for me and made zucchini bread. She brought it over for everybody else to have. So I had some of it, put it in the fridge for the night, got up the next morning to have some, and my brother on this cinnamon nut bread, it was a top layer of cinnamon and walnuts. It was awesome. Wow. The top layer was, and then you had the cinnamon swirls in the bread, but on top, the chopped walnuts and the cinnamon was the best part of the bread. The best part. What did he do? He got up in the middle of the night, he cut the cinnamon and the walnuts off the top of the bread, just left the bread and put it back in the foil and back in the fridge. So when I got up the next morning, all that was there was a topless bread with just cinnamon swirls on it.
Oh, no. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Day after Thanksgiving. Yeah. So thank you, Bobby.
That is a good one. Yeah.
How about you?
How about me? Well, I don't have a story like that, but I can see you're still feeling it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you arranged a comeback
Something.
or a retribution of any sort? You got time, right?
We can work at it. Let's work at
it. It has to be little things with him to get retribution. So it was a while ago. So
yep.
I'll
wait for your opening.
I'll enact
right?
my revenge at some point down the road.
Yeah. All right, Christine. What's Thanksgiving's like at your house?
Okay. Well, growing up, I'm from a really big Sicilian family. So we didn't have turkey. We had ham. And then everything else that went with it. So if you ever ate over my house, there was enough food to feed the neighborhood, basically. I was introduced to turkey basically when I was dating my husband. I've been married now just over 30 years. That's when I first started eating turkey. And actually, my sister, who hosts Thanksgiving these days, she does make turkey. So that's, did without for a long time. So it wasn't really till me, my sister, we got married. Okay. That turkey was introduced to us. Yeah. So, and I like it. I do. I look forward to it. My dad loves it. Give him the drumstick. He's happy.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But on a day-to-day, it's not. We grew up with ham. Yeah. Lasagna and meatballs.
Right.
And the list goes on. Yeah. So, but nothing really earth-shattering.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law does a great job on the turkey. It looks like one of those pictures, and we used to get those Kmart flyers, was perfectly golden brown. That's what it looks like. Yeah, he really pampered that turkey. He still does, actually.
So does he cook it in the oven?
He does. Yeah, there's 2 ovens going, one upstairs and one downstairs. And you got to remember, with Italians, we have finished basements, and the party is basically downstairs.
That's right.
Yeah, finished basements, long tables, full of food. Oh my gosh. And the highlight wasn't the turkey. And really wasn't the ham. It was the pasta and the meatballs that went with it. So,
right.
But times have changed, and like I said, been married 30 years now, and we look forward to the turkey. But you better have that pasta.
Yes. Know what you mean. Yeah. Well, similarities, half Italian, and just because of geography, we tended to spend Thanksgivings when I was younger with my father's side of the family, which is the Italian side. But one thing that you were mentioning when you talked about the perfect turkey is that here I am, late 50s. I cannot carve a turkey to save my life. By the time I'm done, it looks like the turkey got hit by a car. It is less than appetizing by the time I'm done with it.
No technique.
But yeah,
drumsticks don't even come out right.
They kind of do, yeah. But you even get the little guidebook on the side of the turkey that shows you where to cut. Doesn't help. Help.
Yep.
But anyway, so a couple things. We had a similar experience with turkey and ham, and they were not the star of the show at Thanksgiving. And somehow my grandparents always seemed to have enough food just in case extra people stopped by. Long table. My grandfather sat at the end, and like a lot of patriarchs, he said a lot without saying a lot. And so it was kind of cool. But one thing that was interesting when I was 6 was the year that my youngest brother was born. And he was brought home on Thanksgiving Day. My mother got out of the hospital, and my father brought him home. And so same setting, so lots and lots and lots of people around the house. And my newborn brother, goodness, he was 4 days old at the time. He's laying on a bed Rules were different back then. Where do you put the baby? Wherever you got a space to put the baby, And so he's laying on a bed. He's asleep, and my older sister and I, so I'm 6, she was 8 at the time, we creep into the room, and this is really our first experience with a newborn infant. And so we're looking at him. Hey, it's kind of cool. That's our little brother. And one of us reached up to touch him, and like a lot of infants do, he went like that. He didn't wake up or anything, but he was startled. And so we're both, what did we just do? And so we slinked out of the room and didn't tell anybody what happened because we thought, holy cow, this baby was just brought home and we messed him up. We did something and broke our brother. So we never forgot that. That was a cool Thanksgiving thing. And he's fine. So
to this day, your brother still hates sudden noises.
He doesn't like anything surprising. Yeah, right.
No disorders of any kind.
Right. But when you're 6, you don't know.
No, you don't know.
And all you get the orders. Don't touch him. Don't wake him up.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do anything that's going to get you in trouble. And we did. And so that was our memorable Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
How do you like your turkey?
You know what? Once a year is how I like my turkey. Once I have it for Thanksgiving, I'm done. But I would like to try a deep fried one. I've never had that.
I've never had that
heard
either.
Nothing but very good things.
Deep fried is good.
Yeah.
I've had deep fried. I've had a turducken.
Oh, have you? Yeah.
I have.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. You got the 3 different kinds of meats and all together. It's actually pretty good.
Do they really put one inside the other?
Yes.
Wow.
Now, how about football? You guys watch football Thanksgiving Day?
Every Thanksgiving.
Yeah. See, now, on my husband's side, when we were dating, here's a story for you. We were dating at the time. It was okay to skip and go to a Detroit Lions game. And I thought, wow, it's a holiday. You don't leave your family on a holiday, right? The following year, we're eating turkey in his mom's kitchen with the TV on, watching football. Now, you remember now, one, I'm not a big football person because I just don't understand the sport. But 2, now I'm introduced to turkey, and this is tradition in his house. And 3, I'm sitting with his other 2 brothers and their families. And we're all watching TV, and I'm thinking, this is Thanksgiving. What are we doing here? It's not like, everyday kind of thing, but that's what they're used to. You make the turkey, we sit in the kitchen, we decorate the table, we've got, we're all going to eat together, and we're going to leave the TV on at the same time. Mm-hmm. Whereas, I was brought up, forget the turkey, we eat the ham, we have all of us, there's so much noise going on, but so much laughter and stories and what have you. There was no TV. So it was kind of, it was an eye-opener,
Well, did you grow up in this area?
I grew up in Macomb County.
Okay.
Yep.
Because it is kind of a Detroit thing, right? With the traditional game, the Lions
we don't
always play on
watch
Thanksgiving,
Lions.
right?
Yeah.
Every Thanksgiving for my entire life, the TV's always been on for the Lions. Whether they're awful that year or not, you always turned it on to watch it. And then either had dinner if the game was not close or it was clear that they were going to either lose or win. Dinner was a little earlier. You didn't wait till the game was over to serve dinner.
So now, here, present day, we do brunch at my brother-in-law's. So yes, the TV is on. It's all potluck. Everybody brings something, but we don't have turkey because it's brunch. So we have ham. Then later in the evening, we go to my sister's, and that's where we have the turkey. So I have the best of both worlds, is what I have.
Yeah, you do.
We're eating all day long. And I don't have to cook it because I'm the guest.
Bonus.
Yeah.
So are there pies at brunch?
Oh, yeah.
What,
Oh, yeah.
what kind of pies? Do you have certain kinds of pies at brunch, and then at dinner they pull out the big guns, the apple pie a la mode, and some of the other ones?
Oh, yeah. My sister just, as far as dinner, it's like a buffet. It's just crazy. And it's not just food and desserts and fruit and vegetable, and I'm coming from my sister-in-law who, we're having the typical, the ham and the eggs and the quiche and the cinnamon rolls and fruit as well. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit more subdued. But, you're pretty full. So by the time we get to my sister's, she's got this buffet going on, which I'm not complaining because we always go home with leftovers, which is very cool.
You like turkey leftovers?
I do.
Do you like turkey leftovers?
You know what? I almost like it better than
I do
the
too.
turkey on Thanksgiving Day. I don't dislike it. It's just I never really feel like, oh man, I can't wait to sink into that turkey. But a turkey sandwich or soup afterwards.
Green bean casserole.
All good stuff.
Not
Yeah.
something you make every day. Look forward to that. Cheesy potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the turkey's not supposed to be the star,
Yeah.
right?
No,
all the
it's
other
not.
stuff.
It's everything else.
No,
Yeah.
I turkey on the plate, corn, a baked potato or a yam, sweet potato. Typically, that's the only time of year we would ever eat them was at Thanksgiving with the sweet potatoes. I think my grandmother, my dad's mother, loved sweet potatoes, which is why we had them for Thanksgiving. And I would eat them then, but I didn't like what people do with them. They put cinnamon on them and sugar and bake them in a dish.
Marshmallows,
No.
Yeah.
Just give me the baked potato, cook it like a regular potato.
Straight up.
Throw butter in there, maybe a
Yep.
little salt and pepper. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm with you on
And
that.
then, and then the corn, and then I mix it all up with gravy and have a big bowl, a big plate of slop, and I love it. I love
man.
it. Everything mixed together. Some
Yep.
people can't do that. They like everything not touching, but that's not me. Everything mixed together.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it.
Then does that lead for 6 hours of comatose after the meal? And
Well, the tryptophan does really knock me for a loop
Yeah.
sometimes. That afternoon nap is for a reason, and then you try and go back later for maybe a slice of pie.
yeah,
Yeah.
very good. It's a holiday all about stuffing ourselves, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah. Literally.
yeah. Cool
Stuffing-
stories.
Yeah.
Really about family.
It is. Yeah,
I think
you're
in the
right.
end.
You're right. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I think that's it.
That's it for Thanksgiving. I'm hungry now.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to our podcast, and from us three to you, Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you for listening to Avoiding Real Estate Turbulence. If you'd be so kind to subscribe and review and rate, we would appreciate it. Please share with your friends, family, and coworkers that they too can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and avoidingret.com, where you'll find our contact information and every episode. You can also find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify.